One fan base, one city, one team brings us all together. The Cleveland Browns. If you're a Browns fan, this podcast is for you. Welcome to Down with the Browns.
And welcome back to another episode of Down with the Browns.
Yes, baby.
We've got the whole crew in here tonight.
6 strong.
Let's go, baby.
Returning down the ground. I got that Waterloo on deck. I got the down the brown signature bumper leg. Welcome back.
Hey, yeah, boy. Dude, it's been a minute since we've all been in the same one.
Yes,
I
sir.
blame Blake.
I second that. I don't know why.
All Blake's fault.
I second that. Live from the hotel room, Blake. Is that true? Looks like a hotel room.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
On the road for work.
Let's go. Zach, how are we feeling? I saw you had a little sentimental cigar out there. You're outside. We outside. How you feeling?
Yeah.
We're outside. I mean, it's not a sentimental cigar. It's my nightly cigar, but
Oh,
it's down with Browns.
Oh, flexing on everybody.
Flexing on everybody.
he's in his
Zach
bag.
got that going on.
Let's get it. Also outside, Jake from State Farm, from Off Season Farm.
Whoa.
From Off
Ooh.
Season Farm. You gotta get it
Ooh.
right. How are we feeling,
Ooh.
Jake?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Excited for what the season has to come and excited to be back on the show.
Let's get it. And last but not least, of course, we're gonna ask Dave and then we're gonna ask KFC how you doing. Dave, how we doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back on. You know, we're a month away from being back in the thick of it and stuff, and it feels good. We got a lot of good stuff. You know, the summer's been real busy. I got a lot of things that we're blessed about that have turned out to be better than we thought they were going to be family wise, and it's good to be back thinking about football again. So
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
So I got a little idea. So here's some things I think everybody did on our little break. Okay, each person. You ready? All right. I think Zach on this little break. I think he's joined the CIA, and he's plotting. He is plotting to bring down the Pittsburgh Steelers from within. Hear me out. He's got dirt. He's got dirt on all them boys. It's dating back to the 1960s.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
My
about.
God.
He is
How
about
old do you
to.
think I am, man?
No. I said you got dirt. Dirt. I didn't say you was old, man. I didn't say any age.
old. He looks old.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
you saying them cigars are catching up to him? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cigars are catching up to him.
All right. So I think Manny got so lost in the sauce during that Celtics championship parade.
buddy, we champs, baby.
I think he got lucky, tattooed on his left butt cheek. He was so excited. Okay.
Celtic.
So he's got it on his left butt cheek. He's waiting for that two-peat next year to get it right on the right. Heck yeah, Manny. And I think Dave has secretly bought a yacht, and he's got it sitting at the banks of Lake Erie, and he just drives it around. He's just been low-key. He's just having millionaires and billionaires on his boat all the time, just chilling
Let's
on
get
his
it.
yacht. You know,
I like
God,
that.
he's been throwing
I
them
wish
parties.
Wish that was my life, dude.
Not the CIA one.
Yeah. And Jake has been using his insurance qualities, and he is learning how to insure the new Browns dome that's getting put in Brook Park. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So that's what Jake's been up to. And then Blake, he's the one over there welding the whole stadium. So they've been working hand in hand together. Blake's over there welding the stadium. He's going to have that thing fortified. It's going to be a center if world disasters happen. You can go to this dome. He's going to have it so welded good.
Yep. Blake Strong.
Exactly.
Bunch of dimes, baby.
So how close was I?
Oh, right on.
Spot on.
Spot on, honestly.
But what about you, Maestro?
Ooh.
Yeah. What's the rumors about? You?
Yeah.
I don't know. Been laying low key.
Yeah, you've been laying low key. Any news or anything, huh? Okay.
No.
All right.
No. Just,
Nothing new.
I see how we're going with this pod. Okay.
Yeah, paying my taxes, being a good civilian.
Yeah.
Drinking my energy drinks, you know me.
There you go.
So, but going back to the Browns, there is one big cloud just glooming. Just one. There's just one single cloud just blocking the ray of sunshine. And that is the Amari Cooper contract.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on this stalemate they have going on?
They knew it was going to happen, and that's why they paid. What's his name?
Judy.
Jerry Judy, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, Judy. Yep.
I mean, I think it depends on the term. I mean, like, listen, I love Amari Cooper as much as the next person, but if the front office, you got to think, like, if he's looking for a 4 or 5 year deal, is he, like, do we have another situation where,
No
you
way.
get another year or two out of, you get him year 2 of, vintage Amari Cooper, and then you have a Jarvis Landry year where the guy's just not moving the same way, and he's not that guy, even though we all want him to be. And also, I mean, it's like, listen, you get him one more year, I would roll it. I'd roll the dice on that and not push anything until it really makes sense.
Yeah,
Just let him be unrestricted.
Yeah, so Amari's due $20 million right into this 2024 season. And
do we all agree that he's worth $20 million though? Seeing these contracts going on right now, I do.
He definitely. Oh my goodness, Dave, you hit on a huge point. I mean, did you see Justin Jefferson's money? We haven't even touched that. We're going to touch Justin Jefferson's money, but
right.
It's going to reset everything. And Jamar Chase, they're going to have a Jafar
None
Chase.
of those,
Sorry,
none of those guys. None of those guys. That's not the money. I don't care who you are. You're not like, I love wide receivers. They're just not valued. Like, you can't. There's a brand new superstar that comes in the league every single year.
Yes.
There's a new 5-6 guys that are going to be popping this year from last year's draft. You don't. How you can pay somebody like Justin Jefferson that money is outrageous. Wasn't he? He was injured half the year last year.
Yes, he was.
That to me is just.
Dude, he played
crazy.
it really well with the Vikings, man. He said it like if somebody wants the playbook that's an elite talent and wants to figure out how to get paid without looking like a complete douchebag, they should pay attention to what Justin Jefferson just did.
100%. Justin Jefferson, Jetta's got a 4-year, $140 million contract.
How much of it was guaranteed? That was what I was like. You're
80 or
Oh, let's find out. Let's find out.
I think at least $20.
Guaranteed at sign at least $20. Guaranteed at signing was $88 million.
Yeah.
Guaranteed at signing. Total guaranteed was Total guaranteed was 110.
Dude, and
110 million.
it's like a bonus. Like he gets like a huge lion's share right away. Like
Absolutely.
It's deposited into his account. You guys don't understand. These guys get direct deposit just like we do, except theirs has 8 digits in it.
Yep.
And mine has 3.
Yep. And that Minnesota state tax, I know it's very friendly. Very friendly. I can imagine it's very friendly in Minnesota. But like I was, but again, Amari Cooper is going to be 31 next year. The start of the 2025 season is going to be a UFA, unrestricted free agent. I mean, he's looking for potentially, like you said already, Zach. He's looking for a 3 to 4 year, maybe 5-year deal. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's going to be insane. You're not going to do a 5-year. You're not going to do a 4-year if you're the Browns. So you're looking. You're 100% going to lose unless you're looking at a 2-year. Unless you're looking at a 2 to 3 year where you give him some money up front. But Amari Cooper is like, listen, this is going to be my last contract. Right? I mean, you got to make it count. You got to want some longevity on that contract. I completely understand it, but that's why they're at that stalemate, right? But the Browns are like, we got to hit on one of these wide receivers in the draft eventually. But to Dave's point.
No, I don't think you even need to hit on the draft stuff.
That's good because he can hit on a wide receiver.
We can't hit on wide receivers. That's something we cannot draft.
We cannot do.
I think I shared something with you guys months ago when we were talking about the wide receiver when Thrash was drafted. And don't get me wrong, I think Thrash has a very interesting upside, but we haven't, I think, since our return, we'll just put this open to everybody. Can you name one wide receiver, or can you name the 2 wide receivers that we hit on? One of them was
Braylon Edwards and Josh Gordon.
there. You go. That's it. And Braylon Edwards was good, but stonehead
Yeah, and-
sometimes. And Josh Gordon was we picked him and what we weren't expecting him to be what he was. So you have to look at it. I mean, we've drafted, and I'm not saying that Cedric Tillman is going to be a bad wide receiver or someone like
David Bell.
David Bell won't grow into something. I'm just saying
we don't know that yet, MG.
we need impact now. Our window is now.
Oh, our
Yeah.
window
Yeah.
is now, no doubt.
You can't waste any more of that BS. Hell, if you can get a first round pick for Amari Cooper, I'm taking that tomorrow.
Oh, you think you can get a first for Amari?
No.
Hey, I need
See,
Amari services for
The
17
only
games
deal,
this year,
the
Zach.
only deal
I'm just saying.
is if we getting a bona fide number one wide receiver in return.
No
Just
way,
somebody's
dude.
one isn't happy
No way.
and you swap. That's the only
You
way.
want to leave that wide receiver room with Jerry Judy and a bunch
No.
of
I
alphabet
said
dudes?
if you're getting a one in return.
I
what I'm
don't. You
Oh.
could give me 2 ones in return, and I wouldn't
No,
do that right
he's
now.
talking
We
about-
So
need
you're saying
Amari
okay.
Cooper in
Listen.
uniform
Listen.
on the
Okay,
field.
so
He's
let's say
talking
the
about a player.
San Francisco 49ers call.
Yeah,
They're like, hey,
Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk, straight
Okay.
up. Are you doing it?
Straight up?
Straight
Yes, because you give Ayuk a big contract. You roll with Jerry Judy and Ayuk as your centerpieces in that wide receiver room, and you roll. But you'd have to get somebody back that can perform right now this year.
Yeah.
Like we would need somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
a bona fide
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is I don't understand. Like, I mean, I get it. He's getting older, but the dude is arguably the best wide receiver the Browns have had in over 45 years.
He just was it this past season? He already broke the single season, the single game receiving.
Yeah,
yard.
Yeah,
it was Josh Gordon's. It was Josh Gordon's record. Yeah.
Dude, and he's
This
doing
past
this with
season.
the quarterback carousel that has been ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
he is doing
Yeah.
this with so
Yeah.
much chaos at the quarterback room.
Yeah, and he's only gonna flourish with Jerry Judy. Man, you need to shave, bro.
Bro,
Gavin,
you
bro,
didn't say
Gavin
that.
out of nowhere. Gavin from the top ropes. Gavin's just salty, bro. I'm so mad Donovan Mitchell re-signed with you nasty little Cavaliers fans.
let's
you
have a
guys,
chat.
you guys
Let's
are
have a
so
chat about this.
bro. Listen,
No
you
slander.
guys, you the Cleveland Cavaliers
No
fans, all this
slander.
wine and gold. You guys are so far removed from reality right now. Congratulations on Donovan Mitchell. You think you're really gonna go anywhere in the Eastern Conference? I got something to say. Boston Celtics, already the reigning champs. We have the best defense in the NBA. We're going right back at it. 64, 65 wins. What are you gonna do? I mean, we played with our food before we ate it. You got one little win versus us in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell, you're not doing anything. I don't even want to talk to Gavin right
I've
now.
never heard an
He's not
NBA
wrong.
championship team
He's not wrong.
so worried and crying all the time.
No, I'm worried
Right
about
along.
I'm worried about the Sixers and Paul George and Caleb and
See,
Caleb, whatever
here's
his
the
name
thing.
is. That's what I'm.
Dude, what Jason Tatum did, you don't have nothing to worry about. Man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Thank you,
I'm
Dave.
gonna keep it buck. I might be the only person in Cleveland that does not watch basketball and has not watched basketball.
Yeah, there you go. Thank
I
you,
just
Zach.
watched
Thank
the
you, Zach.
finals,
Thank you,
though.
Zach.
So,
So Zach's
I'll tell
technically
you-
on my side.
I just don't care. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yes, and you shouldn't. Don't worry, Zach. You're not missing nothing. You're not missing nothing. All right. But anyway, before I got rudely interrupted by Gavin.
No. Here, I want to hear Blake's thoughts on that.
Yeah, what were you saying, Blake?
On what? The Cavs?
Oh man.
Dude. Just wait. That's all I got.
Just take the high road,
Listen.
Blake. Take the
Listen.
high
Take the high road.
Listen,
You better
all-
take that high
all I
road.
know
Take
is-
the bait.
That's the only road. Only road.
Here's
The
the
high
one
road's the
thing I
road
will
for
Bait,
say,
losers.
dude, this is the national media trying to bait
Hold
you.
on.
Yeah.
This is what I will say about the Cavs because I
Oh,
have
boy.
watched a
You're
couple
gonna take
games, and I'm gonna be on Manny's side right now.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, and I'm not even.
You can't say you don't watch basketball.
Hold on. I don't watch. I don't really watch much, but the reason I don't watch much is because of the way that the team is constructed. If you expect us to compete with a team like the Sixers, and you have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and you have bona fide big bodies that can literally bust you inside every single day,
Mm-hmm.
you expect, a guy like Tyrese Maxey who can guard 1 through 5 basically, or you can have a Joel Embiid who's going to just sit there and, dominate on the inside. And you're going to tell me that we're going to go up against the team with Darius Garland, a 6'1" point guard, and Donovan Mitchell, an undersized 2 guard, as our backcourt, with our best wing is Isaac Okoro
See,
and Karis LeVert.
You know,
I
Zach.
think-
It sounds like you want to know what that recipe. That recipe, Zach, sounds like. That recipe sounds like you're gonna mimic the Columbus Blue Jackets and be the bottom of the Eastern Conference. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. That's what that recipe sounds like. Trash Columbus Blue Jackets.
Do not hate my Blue
We got
Jackets.
a
Let me tell you something right now. Oh my
I'm
goodness,
on
so
your
nasty.
side right now. I'm on your side right now.
That's true. That's true. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I'm
And the
sorry.
reason I
Yeah.
say this is because when I did watch basketball, which was probably from 2001 all the way, actually 2000, all the way up to about 2018, we saw the best basketball player on the planet defy
Say
odds.
his name. Say his
And
name.
he was, and not even on top of that,
dad.
he knew how to build
Ladad.
a team around him. It's simple as that. He had guys like J.R. Smith. He had guys like Iman Shumpert. He took dudes like, he had Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love. Name me a player right now on our team that's as good as a second option as as Kyrie Irving right now. I'll wait because Evan
That's a good
Mobley's
point.
not it.
There's
That's a good
there's
point.
almost no.
See, that's what Cavs fans
Good as
do.
Kyrie
No,
Irving.
Cavs fans just wait for LeSavior
No,
LeSavior James
hear me
to
out,
come
hear me out.
back. LeSavier's not coming through the tunnel.
LeBron is not
Listen,
sure.
listen.
Jared Allen isn't it?
Hear me out. Hear me out, boys.
Jared Allen isn't it?
See, I think Jarrett could be good with the right hear me out. If you get the right one, because I don't think
Nope.
Darius Garland's him. I've wanted that guy gone for at least 2 years now.
I'd trade him for a bag of chips, dude. I don't even care.
And-
Let's go.
And
For
I
his own
think-
bag of chips, the
See,
Darius Garland chips, the little nasty little stale chips he's got.
Bro, I would try my hardest. I know this would never happen, but I would try my hardest to get a guy like De'Aaron Fox. I know it's not going to happen since they just got
Yeah,
who did
I
they just
agree.
get? But if they could get if they
DeMar
could
DeRozan.
yeah, they just got DeRozan. But if they could get a guy like a De'Aaron Fox that's just a little bit bigger of a point guard. Like
Hey, what about Brandon Ingram?
You could pry him away from New Orleans. They're blowing up. They're blowing up at the seams.
I don't like that.
Why? Because
Jake's
he can
bored.
actually guard Jason Tatum?
I don't like Ingram, man. He can't stay healthy.
That's right.
Talk about
Neither
this
could
on the
Donovan
Down with the
Mitchell.
Browns
And he
basketball
came here and
podcast.
he's fine.
Yeah. Dave's like, talk about down with the Browns. It's down with the Cavs, and I don't mean down with the Cavs in the good way. I'm talking about the bad way. Go ahead, Jake. You have your hand up.
This transition back to football is brought to you by Homage.
Oh, yeah.
Homage, where you can get all your great championship Celtics gear as well. If you type in Celtics in the search bar, it'll come on up. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
don't
Jake.
do
Go
it.
I
ahead.
do need
Sorry,
some more
Jake. Go
toilet
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jake.
Before it's the football podcast, and football is the greatest.
King.
And I don't even know why we're talking basketball because basketball is not even second right now.
Oh.
Clearly, we should be talking about, if we're not going to talk about the Browns, we need to be talking about the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh, absolutely.
Place in the American League.
Hell yeah.
5 All-Stars. 5
23
All-Stars.
games over 500, dude.
Yes.
Although I'll tell you this, I don't know how the hell David Fry got in. I love what he's doing.
Fan
But
vote.
I mean, the guy has half the at bats as the majority of the people that were voting on him.
He can't hit righties, and I don't know.
Well, no, it's not really about the writers or the lefties. The point is I
Look
think
at his average.
he's got like half the at bats that like somebody like another utility player that plays on like, I don't know, name any other team. Like he's not an everyday player. That's the weird thing I thought. Yeah, I'd love that he's there, but
You know who else is in the All-Star game?
Man,
Jose Ramirez.
Ellie De La Cruz, baby.
Oh,
Oh,
Got one. That's all that matters.
it's all right. Don't
Leads the
worry.
league in strikeouts.
It'll be
Hey,
fun.
listen,
Guardians series.
he's young. He's a baby.
Yeah. No, Guardians are going to be good for a long time. We need starting pitching pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Gavin
Bring in
Williams
the
looks pretty
tugboat.
good.
losing
Tugboat.
B.
Tugboat.
No. Here's what's crazy about the MLB though. I think it's funny because like these teams, they build these juggernaut squads. Like the Dodgers and the Yankees, they put these like just absolute units of teams, and then they get into the play or the whatever it's called. The play, I guess it's playoffs.
Yeah. Postseason. They don't do
postseason.
nothing. They don't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Exactly.
Can't
It's always
buy
these teams.
championships.
it's these
Can't buy
teams.
championships.
They just squeeze
Well,
in.
That's
man.
why I like baseball in that
The
fact,
only
right?
thing I will tell you, the only thing I will tell you is that it kills the game and for the popularity of it. Because when I was younger, and when probably everyone was younger, the
It was
game
spread
was
out.
one of the most. The thing that was really, really awesome to watch, and like I'm not advocating for it, but steroids in baseball was fun. I mean, you go to a game,
Players
and
used
there
to
was,
be jacked.
flying out at
there
500
was
feet.
10 home runs a game. I mean, you're sitting there watching just everybody, and then watching Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa go through that whole, that race, and you see Barry Bonds and people like that. It's awesome. But
Bro,
now,
could you imagine Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge on some
Hold on.
roids?
you don't think that Aaron Judge is juicing?
Listen,
Dude,
I'm
you
talking
can-
like
it is impossible to
That
juice
kid
right
was
now.
huge
no.
when he was young, too.
I'm
Dude,
saying he might
these
be
guys-
throwing some like test in
these
there, man. He
guys-
might be juicing just a tad bit, but I mean like
No.
full on like all
No
of it,
way.
man. Like,
They would have
bro,
picked him. They would have picked him
Here,
apart by
here,
now,
yeah.
Zach.
yeah,
Zachary, let me tell you why.
he's just huge.
Go look at a picture of Jim Thome when he first came into the league and his
Oh,
last year. Look at Ken Griffey Jr. when he came into the
Oh,
league and his last year.
Absolutely.
Barry
No.
Bonds when he came into the league. They were toothpicks.
They were toothpicks.
Aaron Judge at 16 was 6'7" already.
He
Well, no,
was
the
already a
only reason
mammoth.
The only reason I'm saying this is a great example is Adolis Garcia. Adolis Garcia won the World Series. Always was a fit guy. Always was
Yeah.
pretty,
Yeah.
buff and stuff. You go look at his neck and his freaking traps and how his jaw starts to get square. That's a telltale sign of steroids.
He's right.
You look at someone like Aaron, or not Aaron, maybe not
Like
Aaron
Jacob.
Judge, but
Like
John,
Blake McCoy.
maybe like
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton. You look at a guy like that, he can't stay healthy. His body just keeps breaking down. That's
Yeah.
a telltale sign of steroids, which is exactly what Ken Griffey Jr. was doing. Like, all of these guys use some sort of. There's got to be something that they're
Some
using.
kind of,
I
what
would
do they
hope
call
that
it? Mineral
baseball
oils
would let it go
B12 or
crazy
vitamin
like they
B12 or
did
something like
before.
that. I forget what they were calling it. I forget what they were calling it. They were calling it something.
You know what?
Kind of gross.
No. Hey, you know, you guys brought up a good point. You talk about steroids. Going back to football, could you imagine Myles Garrett like on some fully just high toxin
No.
roids?
He would still disappear in the playoffs.
Did you guys see a picture of
Oh
JJ
my
Watt?
Oh,
God! Here we go.
There we
You're
go.
wearing his jersey too, and you're wearing his
Hey,
jersey.
man, he's not
Bro,
wrong.
Manny
not
got that
wrong.
Celtics championship, and he low key became a Bengals fan again.
Joe Burrow looking handsomer and handsomer. I'm telling you, they're going to win the bowl. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop with all that nonsense. But I will say, you know who I wish would take steroids? I wish Denzel Ward would take steroids and his neck, and so he wouldn't slip on ice and then be out for 6 weeks because in practice he didn't tie his shoes correctly. And Denzel Ward, he's just gonna disappear. He's gonna make one cool slide, cancel tackle, and then he's gonna be on the NFL highlights for the rest of the season and make the Pro Bowl for no absolute reason. So I'm sick and tired of those little sleeves he's wearing on both arms. He better start taping up.
Somebody
The
tag the
disrespect.
warden on Twitter right
I
now.
can't stand the Warden, man. We should have shipped him so long. I would have shipped him.
Manny wants Cam Mitchell out there running CB1, man.
Yes, bro. We're
What?
fine with
Bro.
Greg Newsom and Martin Emerson. We're fine. You
Boy,
better.
You're fine with.
You're
hold
fine
on,
with
hold on.
Greg Newsom.
Hold
What
on, hold
did he
on.
just say?
Did he just say he's fine with Greg Newsom?
I heard him say
Bruh.
he's fine with Greg Newsom. That should be a
You
crime.
you guys are looking at that Houston Texans playoff game
It
in
was
a
the
vacuum.
worst game in the
No,
history
no.
of the football.
But you're not talking about Joe Flacco throwing back to back. My man throwing Paco was throwing
See, I'm not
underhands.
even- it's
to-
not
to
even
Derek
that
Stinley
game.
Jr.
It's not even that game. It's that stretch.
You want
Dude.
Martin
was a
Emerson
five-game
over
stretch.
Denzel Ward. I can entertain that, but Greg Newsom over Denzel Ward.
If you give me the choice,
Okay,
If you can-
I need you to go to pff.com. I will give you my login, and I want you to go look at all of the advanced stats that will make
Zach.
you look like an absolute nut.
I would take
Zach, the
60-year-old
advanced
Deion
stats are going to look real good when your average games that you're playing are 2 per season. They're going to look real nice when he's.
Didn't he
Show-
play 14 or 15 games?
Remember last year, he was gone twice. He was gone 3 or 4 times.
It's
I
not
mean,
two, man.
consistent
He plays at least
healthiness.
5 games a year.
At least Greg Newsom's on the field, Zach. You know what I would do? I would UPS ship Denzel Ward immediately to the Tennessee Titans, and you give me Burks. I want Burks, and I want a first. Yeah. I want Burks. I want Burks, and I want a first because I'm fine with my secondary. And I'll pick somebody else in the first round. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or send him to Atlanta for Kyle Pitts.
Hold on. How many games did Denzel Ward play last year?
Somebody look that up. 14 games?
I'm sorry, 13.
It was 13 games, but you can erase the last one because no starters played. How many did he play in 2022?
We're gonna look that up right now. 14?
I've got it pulled
Yeah.
up.
He did not play 14 games in
Man,
2022.
Swear.
about to give an apology.
How many
We did
14.
How many did he play in 2021? How
15.
many played in 2021?
He did not play 15.
I
Where are you looking
swear.
at this at?
I'm
NFL.com.
looking at his career stats right now.
Do I need to make it big?
2020.
Do I need to make it big for you, man?
2020, and he played 12.
Put it
in
up on the big
2021.
screen.
Put that on the split screen. I don't believe what I'm
Put it
seeing.
on the
Because
top
Denzel
screen.
Ward doesn't play, bro. You only see him in training camp.
You see it?
You only see him in training camp.
On there.
Do you
Look,
see that?
13, 14,
Look
15.
at that.
This man's
13,
never-
14,
this man-
15,
this
12,
man's like-
12, 13.
This man has never played a full season. This man's never played a full season. He hasn't. This man
You know
hasn't
who
even
else
played
hasn't?
15 games.
You know who else hasn't? You know
Every
who else
corner of the
hasn't?
league don't play a full season.
Don't say Nick
You know
Chubb.
who else hasn't?
Keep Nick out
Who?
of your mouth.
Don't say Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome played
Keep
16.
Nick out of your mouth.
No. Who's the last? Who doesn't play a full year or full season? Who doesn't play a full season? Another DB that everybody regards as one of the best in our division.
Ramsey. Oh,
Joe Hayden.
Humphrey.
Oh, in our division.
Minka Fitzpatrick?
Yep,
Minka's a safety.
he's a DB.
Yeah, that's
back.
Minka
Oh.
Fitzpatrick didn't play a full season yet?
No.
No.
Pull it
Maybe
up.
his first year. Maybe his.
Well, at least
maybe,
Minka Fitzpatrick hit somebody. I've never seen. That's my problem with Denzel, right? It's a little
You don't
concussion, a
hit
little
him.
feather.
Anybody
You
else?
feather him in the
You
neck
got
a little bit.
Barkley
He's
back there?
paralyzed, bro. I
Are you
can't take it.
crazy? Are you
Yes!
crazy? This is the
You
most-
feather you tickle him in the ear. He just
invite me.
falls asleep, bro. I don't even. That's why I can't trust
must be
Denzel
watching.
Ward. I can't
You
trust
must be-
him.
So are
You
you
know-
want to?
You know,
I've
Greg
been saying this
Newsome-
from a minute now.
Greg Newsome is number 0 and he was number 20. He was not number 21 because that's the guy who can't tackle, right? You guys know, that, right? He's also the guy that gives up, crossing routes like it's his job, right? He also
Or
just
go
leaves-
routes or
He's
any
playing
other-
He is playing his unnatural position when he's playing in a slot, right? He
Oh
has
my
to do that,
God.
right? So let me give it. I'm just trying to give it some defense.
Bruh,
I'm just trying to give some defense.
no. Okay, so to your point, the one game Denzel did miss, one of them, in that little road little strip when we played like the Broncos and the Rams. You remember seeing him getting torched by
Greg
Cortland
Newsome
Sutton?
got torched by Cortland Sutton, dude.
Like all game.
Cortland
He's
Sutton.
slow as
Can I ask you a
shit.
question? How much
Cortland
pressure
Sutton's pretty good.
did this guy give those two games in Mile High?
A lot.
Those are both away
A
games.
lot.
Everybody
A
and their
lot.
mama couldn't do nothing those
He
two
gave-
games. Come on,
He
man.
gave a lot of pressure.
Russell Wilson looked like the Seahawks Russell Wilson versus us. Come on now. You can't just be blaming it on one person. You know what I'm saying?
But you're saying,
When he's
you're
allowing
saying Denzel
touchdowns.
Ward is worse than Greg Newsome when Greg Newsome couldn't cover me as the wide.
And notice, that's nasty work, Zach. That's
Zach,
the very
Zach,
nasty work,
whoa,
Zachary.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
And we didn't ask
Do
for you
we
to be
need
nasty. This is a family televised show, and you're being nasty. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying Denzel's not better. I'm not saying that Denzel's not better than Greg Newsome. What I'm saying is, health-wise, what is it saying? Right, the best ability is reliability or availability. I'm sorry.
Reliability. Gotta rely.
Both. Gotta rely.
Hold on. Here's my response to that, and I want you to think about it seriously. I'm not even being like
Well, you're
facetious
getting
or
a
anything.
hand.
Okay.
too, man.
I'm getting the hand.
Would you rather somebody who's going to be on a field that is a liability at the position, or would you rather somebody be injured and not causing his team, 45 yards over the top every time the ball goes over the top? Would you rather not have a team target him over and over and over again? Because that's what Denver did. They said, oh my God, Greg Newsome couldn't freaking cover Cortland Sutton. He couldn't even touch Jerry Jeudy that game. and you're like, and so you're saying, okay, I'd rather a guy out there who plays all the time. Let me insert another one of our just fantastic players that played all games. You remember our first round draft pick, maybe about 5-6 years ago, our corner that we took, who's no longer in the league.
I do. The kid from Oklahoma State. What was his name?
Justin Gilbert.
Yeah,
Justin Gilbert.
That's been
Justin
10
Gilbert.
years.
Justin Gilbert.
That's been 10 years ago, bro.
He played every
Is that
game.
cool?
Hey, but he had Joe Hayden though. He had
That's a
Joe
good
Hayden
point.
over there
That's a good
locking it down.
That's a good point.
Dude, you know who
I'm
I
just
really
messing
like though, and it just could never
just
get on
saying.
the field is Greedy. I liked Greedy, dude, and
I like
agree.
Greedy Williams.
when he
but-
came back, he was so physical, man. He was the most physical corner
agree.
we had. When he knock on
Yeah.
him was he was so soft,
Yeah.
but
I
he just
agree.
couldn't stay healthy, man.
Listen, if I look, the problem with Greedy Williams, I wish I could put like a Ziploc bag of like Tylenol in his pocket, bro, and he just popped
Well,
like 4 or 5 of those
the thing-
pregame because that
you know
man,
what
he
I
was
feel-
another one who just
yeah.
was injured, bro, cramps and
I feel-
dehydrated. And
Everything.
Well, no, I feel
Fingernails.
bad for him because he got, I'm not sure if it was his rookie year or if it was like in training camp or something. He had some severe nerve damage from some neck injury that he took, and he never really. It almost like, and I don't blame the Browns for it, but it's like, he never really got to come back and really play through all of, with the nerve damage and really get back into his game per se. And, so I don't know. I feel bad for him because it was one of those things where he would, without those circumstances, I think things would have been different.
You know
You
who
know,
I feel bad for?
Me.
Harrison Bryant. We should have signed him to a max contract.
Yeah.
Harrison Bryant.
Yeah.
Harrison Bryant.
How do we remove
I wish we would remove the whole.
Dude,
I do
would-
have a serious question. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna say, Dave?
I would rather
Or
bring
Zach.
back. I would rather bring back Austin Hooper than have
Oh,
Harrison
no.
Bryant right now.
Oh yeah. Anybody.
No,
but
okay.
Listen,
but-
Austin Hooper left a bad taste in my mouth.
Listen,
Sure
I'd rather 5 yards and fall down than fumble the football or
Hey,
not be able to block. Like
He
that's
would-
just my thought.
I'm pretty sure he led the team in receiving yards in that playoff game, though.
Who?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Who? Oh yeah. he did.
Right.
when
bro.
you throw 3 interceptions,
Serious
Matt
question.
Flacco.
Serious question for everybody in the panel. I gotta ask because everyone's talking on the side of injuries. Which injuries, by the way, all jokes aside, it's a very serious matter, and it's very unfortunate when players go through it. And there was a big unfortunate injury last season with Nick Chubb. But speaking on the lines of Nick Chubb, I've been seeing. If you look at his Instagram account, he's been putting some posts out there, getting the people what they want, some hyped up kind of stuff. But I want to ask for you guys to be rather than being the thermometer and just taking the temperature. I want you to be the thermostat for Browns Nation right now and set the temperature for what we should be really feeling from him or expecting from him after this horrific leg injury. What's a realistic expectation? Do you feel, do you expect an 800-yard season from Nick Chubb? Because I don't know if he's going to get to 1,000 because I don't think we're going to be running the ball that much. But like, can you guys?
why do you say that we're not going to run the ball that much?
I mean, I could be wrong.
The
I
only
would
reason-
hope.
The only reason I say that is because, like, I don't know. Have you guys been have you seen any of his stuff on Instagram and like on all this stuff of him, like his rehabbing and his lifting and like he's back in the full motion running?
Yeah. He looks very strong.
He looks great. He looks great for a guy that's not even a year out of a horrific knee injury. But my question is, who's to say? Like, I'm not gonna. I would never actually. I will compare him. Adrian Peterson came back and won MVP.
He sure did. Ran for 2,000
Yeah.
At
yards.
all odds.
He did.
You know?
He did.
So who's to say
And
that
that's
Chubb
where
can't do
I
that?
put Nick
Like,
Chubb right there with AP.
And,
But-
and if our offensive line plays the way that it should be playing,
Yeah.
and doesn't look like garbage like last year, I think 1,000 yards isn't crazy. I mean,
I think he
And
goes
I
for
don't- but-
1,000.
Yeah, but I don't think that. But I will say is people will have to prepare for this one thing, and it's going to drive so many people crazy. But it's going to happen. Third down, and mid third and 5, third and 6, where you could run the ball. Don't expect him to be on the field every single time.
5
Yeah.
wide,
If-
baby.
if he
5
wasn't-
wide.
Yeah, if he wasn't on the field much in the past, or the Kevin Stefanski, tenure in the third down scenarios, don't expect it to happen anymore after the injury. Because I think he's going to be on a snap count.
I want to hear. Well, I want to hear Blake, and then Jake. I want to hear what you guys think. What is your expectation for Nick Chubb this season? Realistically, really dive into it.
Go first, Blake.
Well, I know I'm nothing like Nick Chubb, but I also tore my knee late in one of my football seasons, and I was completely back week 1 the next year. I don't see any problem with Nick Chubb and all the rehab sources he's got to be back week 1, but I feel like they're just going to take it safe. They're going to let him rest more, maybe bringing him week 5 or one of those kind of easier games. I don't know what week 5 is, but maybe one of those games where it's an easier team, let him flow in. But I don't.
Yeah.
As much as I want him to start week 1, I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're just going to play it smart. Use the 5 whatever running backs they have. Let Deshaun sling it around. And if we can be 4-2 through 6 weeks, I think he'll be there midseason. But I don't think he'll hit 1,000 this year.
Yeah.
After Jake talks, let's talk about that running back room for a minute. Sorry, Jake.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to see more of a pass-heavy offense. Not pass-heavy, pass-heavier than in the past. No pun intended there. I thought you would say that, Blake. You said week 5. I think week 7. We play Cincy at Cleveland. I
forgot the schedule, so I was saying
October. So I think there will be a snap count at first. I would have to agree with Zach on that, but I think each game you'll see more of a progression of Nick Chubb. They'll ease him at first, but as the season progresses, you have to be running heavy the more you get into late November, early December, and that's when he's going to shine. I don't know that he will pull an Adrian Peterson and win MVP, but I don't think that comeback player of the year is too far gone. I think he can
for sure.
player of the year. I think that is definitely in the works for Chubb. Even if he doesn't have a stellar major season, I don't think numbers are going to show for it because you've got so many weapons. It's going to be a season where a lot of players have their due diligence in this game. We're always say every Monday or Tuesday on the podcast, well, this player should get more touches, that player should get more touches, and that's kind of a good thing. But alluding to Nick Chubb, you won't see as many carries, but I still think you're still going to see those big runs that he always typically has. Who knows? He may break another 50-plus touchdown or a big 40, 45-yard run, something like that. I don't think it's over for him.
No, I agree.
I don't put it past him, though, if he's full good week 1, though. He is such a different specimen of a human.
You guys got to remember, Nick Chubb only needs 200 carries to get to 1,000 yards because it's one thing that's going to be guaranteed is at the end of the year, that man is going to average 5 yards a carry. Some way, somehow, always does, always will. So 200 carries gets him to 1,000. Then if he gets to 1,000 with double-digit touchdowns, he's legit automatically comeback player of the year in my book.
I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to be putting up the touchdown numbers that this year. And the reason I say that is because those are a lot. I mean, think about last year. How he got injured was 5-yard line trying to run, gets hit, and guys are going at you at the goal line. So if you think about it, I think what they're probably going to start doing is using guys. I mean, which goes into what Dave was talking about is the current room is having a guy like.
Let me read them off, Zach.
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah.
The current roster right now is obviously Nicholas Jamal Chubb, Jerome Ford, Donta Foreman, Naheem Hines, John Kelly Jr., Adrian Robinson, Pierre Strong Jr. So, of all of those backs, who would be better apt to get the goal line carries for the Browns this year out of every single one of them?
It's Deontay Foreman. That's what he's been doing since he was in Houston with Deshaun's first, when he was drafted there. People really underrate him, but people forget the year that Derrick Henry went out. Deontay Foreman was a monster. I mean,
He's a big dude.
He runs hard. And
Yeah.
he's a back that, in a way, has a lot of what Nick Chubb has. Obviously, nowhere near. Nick Chubb's a freak, but it wouldn't shock me if he's our goal line back.
Right.
The guy, all you need to do is put the ball into, in the end zone. And if that's what we ask of him, that's great. I think Jerome Ford's great. For me, I don't know about what you guys think, but the sample size we had last year, I think he needs to put on more mass, and he needs to put on a little bit more, and he needs to find the hole. He's missing wide open opportunities,
Mhm.
In these gaps, especially, which is odd to me, but his strong side gap integrity is terrible.
Mm.
What do you go
I
for?
don't-
900 yards last year?
But this guy
Went
this
for
guy's got the
813.
Yeah, this guy's got the talent to where he can basically do what Kareem Hunt does, not run as angry, but he really can do that stuff. And I think that's kind of going to be the tandem. I think Naheem Hines is going to be our returner. Pierre Strong's going to be special team, all those guys. So I think that's my opinion.
Hey, yeah, no. MC says your ad kicked on, KFC.
ADD kicked in.
It's because I said he's got to find the hole, and he cracked up because it's got a little interesting.
Hey, we got to keep it G on
And-
here.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
got
mean?
to-
Gotta keep it G rated. So
Yeah.
The kids show.
KFC's changing his headwear like every 5 seconds. But I will say, so obviously you have Naheem Hines. He had that. Also, he had that horrific jet ski accident last season when he was with the Buffalo Bills. So he was out for all of 2023. So Cleveland's giving Naheem Hines another opportunity to make some splashes, which I also do like because he will be gaining back. His kind of football movements with Nick Chubb also. So I think that they can both be bond off of that. I think that's very important to do. But again, Jerome Ford, he had 200 plus carries, one fumble. He had the 800 plus yards. He was serviceable, and I think that when you go from having, who in my eyes before the season started, the best running back in the NFL, obviously Christian McCaffrey, it changed people's minds and people will say Christian McCaffrey back again. But he's top two, if so I think that it's hard to go from Nick Chubb to Jerome Ford. But that offensive line was a little banged up as well. We lost Jedrick Wills, so it's hard to, it's hard to. Dewan Jones, Dewan Jones had a great year, by the way. We can't speak, too much about him, but I mean the injuries does affect you there, so it's hard. But Deontay Freeman, I think, is going to be one of those guys that are in that third down position. KFC, did you take your hat again? Foreman.
Huh?
Yeah.
there is a
Changed like 10
Deontay Freeman.
times.
So
I want to comment on the Nick Chubb.
yeah.
So, hear me out.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think he's going to have the load management that everybody thinks he's going to have. But I don't think we're going to run the ball as much as we usually do. But, Nicholas Jamal Chubb is Nicholas Jamal Chubb. We've seen him come back from this injury before.
True.
And if anybody's going to come back even better, it's him.
Fair.
And I think even if his numbers, let's say he goes from, because, everybody was hounding about 2 years ago. They're like, we need to run Chubb more. And he was still getting 20 to 25 carries a game. If he still gets even 15, he's still going to surpass 1,000 yards. Like, if it's just like
I
10
agree.
to 15 a game,
He
he's
needs
still going to
200
get you.
carries for the year. That's it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's going to get, 60 to 80 yards a game if he gets that. And then I think the Devontae Foreman pickup, I think that's going to be bigger than a lot of people think. The dude's a dog. He can come in. I hope we play a little wishbone. I know that's not going to happen, but I want to see a wishbone set.
I was
Nicholas
just
Jamal
gonna-
Chubb.
I was just gonna to say to Manny, because you brought up Naheem Hines, and that's another player that I think people really, if he bounces back from that injury, I don't think how many people realize how many different positions you can play this kid at. I mean, you can put him at the
Most importantly, returner.
well, he's a great
returner.
returner, but the other thing that I noticed a lot, especially when he was with Ken Dorsey in Buffalo, he was playing the slot a lot. I mean, the guy was put into those quick, short, 5-6 yard slants and just go type things, or the underneath stuff, which is what Deshaun really, in my opinion, missed a lot last year. Is there weren't a lot of crossing routes underneath to where if whatever was going on, behind the safeties or on the sidelines wasn't there, he didn't have a get out of jail free card. And I think that's something that, I don't know if that's in Stefanski's, Rolodex, but I think it's something that when Deshaun was in Houston, that was his thing. I mean, like, there were tight ends underneath. There was always somebody underneath to bail him out, to where it's like, okay, quick completion, 5 yards, let's go to the next down, that type of thing. And having a guy like Naheem Hines and even a guy like Pierre Strong, who, I mean, listen, the games he played in, he ran hard and he played really, really good. Can catch the ball, could be like a little bit of a Duke Johnson-y type vibe.
I was muted. I didn't realize I was muted. But I completely agree. And that kind of sets the I'm wondering, depending on how we utilize the running back room, I think we'll shake out the AFC North a lot. That picture is going to look a lot different depending on what happens. Obviously, if Nick Chubb is 80% of Nick Chubb, you're still going to have to respect him because the last name on the back of his jersey. So if he's out there, I think that's going to open up the pass game a lot more. Even if he's used as a decoy, for a couple of games, maybe as soon as he comes back, I don't think the load's going to be too heavy, like KFC's saying. But moving toward the AFC North, I do have a question for you guys. I was thinking about this during our time off a little bit, and the more I kind of let the roster changes sit with me, the Bengals look good, right? They look good. Joe Burrow's coming back. The Ravens are the Ravens, and it seems as though if Lamar Jackson is healthy, that team is guaranteed to get 12 plus wins. The Steelers are truly a wild card, right? I mean, they could, if Russell Wilson even looks somewhat bad, they're going to go straight to Justin Fields. They're going to be flip-flopping back and forth. They're going to be having so much fun there. Can I get a quick, just if you guys have been thinking about it, how do you think, just a rough guess of how this, it's going to be hard to say, but how this division kind of at first glance may shake out? I mean, who do you even put last?
Why do you unpack your Cincinnati thing? You say you look at their roster and you think they're going to be a really good team. Why?
So I think with Joe Burrow being back and being healthy, I think that T. Higgins, because he signed that franchise tag, he's going to want to look to go off. Jamar Chase, I feel like, is Jamar Chase. We don't have to go too much there. You look at, I think it's Chase Brown, their running back. I'm wondering if he's going to have a breakout year for them. They did bolster their offensive line. You have those Twin Towers there, Orlando Brown, and who did they just get? The other guy who's 6'8". I forget who else they got. They're trying to copy up. Who is it?
Trent Brown or something.
Trent Brown, I think it was. Yeah, I think it is Trent Brown from Kansas City.
Yeah.
So,
that was
yeah,
Orlando
actually, yes,
Brown
it was.
from Kansas City.
Yeah, Orlando Brown from Kansas City. Trent Brown's from New England. Okay, yeah.
Trent Brown
Brown's
was
from
New England, and then he went to
49ers.
Oakland, and then he went to wait, that's Trent Williams.
That's
Then
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Trent
yeah.
Williams went to the Raiders, and he went back to the Patriots, and then he Trent Brown's he's solid, but
Here's for the green lights.
but that's one side of the football.
Yeah, true.
Well, here
True.
let's go through the first 5 or 6 games for the Bengals. For opening game September 8th, they got the Patriots at home. Is that a win or a loss for the Bengals?
I'm not. I don't want to go into wins or losses. Me personally, just because. Listen, I don't know enough about what Like, I don't want to go into the Cincinnati delusion all the time. That's just not gonna. Can't do that. But here's where I will say this, and then Dave, I want to hear your thoughts. You look at kind of like what you were saying, Manny, with the whole Ravens and the Steelers, and there's a lot of toss-up.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's defense, I think, right now is the thing that I can say, okay, well, the Bengals are going to have to outscore everybody. This isn't a
Their
team.
DBs
I don't. Their DBs are iffy. I do like Daxton Hill. I mean, he's good.
Cam
Well,
Taylor.
They're moving him.
I just, I don't really think that you're looking at a team that is going to be hard to pass the ball on. So that's one. But with the Ravens, they can have 12 wins. They're not getting to a Super Bowl. As long as Lamar Jackson is playing quarterback for them, they are not getting to the Super Bowl. He is every single year he has played. He has been injured more in the regular season.
Yeah.
And he shits the bed every single time in the playoffs. Throws terrible interceptions. And this isn't because I think Lamar Jackson's garbage. No, I think he's an incredible talent. But this is what you sacrifice when you don't have a guy that is a traditional throw the ball quarterback. Patrick Mahomes can scramble.
But that's my
Mahomes can do all of that. Same thing with hell, you can even say Dak Prescott does the same type of thing. All of these guys can scramble and they have legs. That's a very common thing. But if your only attribute is your legs, how many years are we going to give the excuse over and over and over again? Oh, he got better and he'll get better. It'll come along. How many times are we going to start calling a spade a
Zach,
spade and be like, hey,
that's
this
my
guy just runs the football and he's
that's my problem though. We all know what he can do. But if Lamar Jackson's under center for the majority of the Baltimore Ravens season, they're winning the North. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're winning this division, and that's what's infuriating.
Lines. They lost a
True, and I've been. It's almost like the Steelers, right? It's almost like the Steelers. There's so much turnover recently. You're waiting for that losing season. We have not seen it. TJ Watt has been out. I've been waiting so long to say the Steelers have had a losing season, and I've been giving them excuse after excuse, but they get it done. Baltimore's the same exact way. I know they're not going to the Super Bowl. That's fine, but I can't get by them if they keep winning this stupid division. That's what's infuriating.
Well,
we know he can scramble. We know, you know what I mean?
I totally understand, but I'm not worried. When it comes to the offense of other teams, I don't shake in my boots. I'm not sitting here worried about Lamar Jackson against someone's defense. What I'm worried about is the defenses against us, because that's the team. Let's be honest, Pittsburgh's offense last year was god awful, but their defense comes to play, and that's what gets them wins.
So
same thing with the Ravens. They somehow win games when they
win
should
games.
win games.
KFC.
It's weird.
It is weird. Quick question, KFC. What's on your mind?
Let me tell you, brother. The Browns are here. Listen, y'all talking about Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Listen, them boys ain't gonna hold their jockstrap to the Browns this year. The Browns are back, and I'm tired of the disrespect because I keep seeing these little corny little white boys on TikTok, putting all over here. The Browns are gonna go 9-7. They're gonna go 9-8, 6-12 or whatever. I'm tired of the disrespect. The Browns are back. We got Watson coming back. Nicholas Jamal Chubb. We got Judge Judy on the field, for crying out loud. The offensive line's gonna be deeper than it's ever been. The defensive line's gonna be deeper than it's ever been. We got some hog mollies out there. They're gonna be clogging up the gaps.
Hog mollies.
Okay? Listen, these boys are gonna be on fire. They're gonna get us to the bowl. It's happening. I'm tired of the disrespect. Wake up, boys. It's happening.
Are you calling Super Bowl right now?
I'm calling Super Bowl.
Oh
man.
Blake, from the hotel room, please.
Yeah.
Please give us
I
some
hooked up my
wisdom.
shorts, man. I'm ready.
KFC was
Put me on the
lit just
field.
now. He was lit just
Yeah,
now.
bring us back down to earth, man. Holy shit.
Blake, please talk to Zach and KFC because they're very. Look, I'm a Browns fan, but I mean, you can't
Blake,
tell me this
okay,
division
okay,
don't look a
okay.
little
Listen,
just don't look a
listen.
little shaky.
Listen,
Blake's
the only
agreeing
team
with him.
I think that got better over the off seasons besides the Browns is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think we still
I
own
agree.
them. I think the
Oh,
Ravens
okay,
got
listen.
worse. They lost a lot on
not-
defense.
Yeah.
I'm not at that.
Right.
I'm not at that. I'm not there yet. But because until we can beat them in their house, I can't. That means we can't beat
OMC.
the Steelers in their house in the regular season.
You got to
can't
sweep
figure
the
it out.
Steelers, dude. You
We
have
can't
to.
we can't beat them, but we can't
If
beat them in
we-
Pittsburgh. Blake,
If
well,
we beat them this year twice, and then we beat the Ravens twice this year, then we can start going like Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. We
right?
just can't seem to do it.
You
I-
can't.
all I'm
That's
saying
why
is,
I can't.
last year Kansas City, they didn't look too hot last year during the season. They won the bowl. They beat.
I
Yeah,
wanna
but
get
we're
the
not
best
we're not Kansas City though.
No,
We're not
I'm
Kansas
just
City.
saying. I'm just saying.
We don't have Patty Mahomes, man.
Okay, but if you have that dude, and if you believe Deshaun Watson is that dude, like I think the Browns do, because they're making all these moves to make him feel like he's the dude, and apparently he's throwing with some zip. There's some zip on the ball this year.
I heard that before.
Uh,
Blake,
But-
Blake,
Get a lot of
Blake,
zip
can you
for
tell? Can you tell?
$230 million.
I need somebody.
A lot of
I need
zip.
somebody. Blake, if it's not Blake, it's got to be Jake. Somebody, give it to me, please.
Blake, you go first, buddy. All you.
Bro, is that Gavin? I'm leaving.
Oh, it's the Manning child.
Give me a second, Gavin. Blake,
let's
go
go.
ahead.
Let's hear it, Blake.
I wanted to hear Blake, and then I want to say something for Blake.
Dude, I can't say nothing. I mean, I'm hyped about the Browns, but I can't say nothing until I see it happen, dude. We have not swept the Steelers since the 8th.
Yep.
Like, the Ravens, dude, we always split with the Ravens. We always split with the Steelers. The Bengals, they, for some reason, can't beat us, but I feel like sometimes they should. But this
They
year,
shouldn't.
the Bengals, like, I think their defense kind of carried them sometimes. Yes, their offense was very good, but their Super Bowl run, their defense was crazy. Like, their defense was crazy. Their DBs are gone. They don't have DJ Reader. Like, everybody's going to run or pass, do whatever they want. The Ravens lost almost every dude on that defense. Number one defense literally lost every stinking dude. They lost a dude to the Steelers, man. The Steelers are the scariest team
And the Bengals.
in the North. They are the scariest team. As much as I hate to say it, like, we have no idea how good Russell or Fields are going to be. Patrick Queen is a demon. Their defense wins games no matter how bad their offense is. It's just this. It's just their franchise. It's just the stigma of the Steelers. Like, you
Thank you,
have
Blake.
to beat them twice. If you can't beat them twice, like, I can't see.
I totally agree with you. Could not have said it better myself.
I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember
Jake-
this conversation
Jake-
when we're all.
Jake, it looks like you want
I
to.
will say this.
I'm
I will
actually
say
going to
this
remember
real
this
quick.
as well.
Real quick, I will say this. No matter what year it is, the Steelers are always the biggest what ifs when it comes to being a Browns fan. Until
Yes.
we can until we can make big brother, little brother every single year, they're still my biggest word every year. That's just what it is.
Jake, you look like you got something on your mind.
A lot of what you guys are saying, I agree with to an extent. I don't believe you have to beat Pittsburgh twice to win this division this year. I don't think you have to beat Baltimore twice to win the division this year.
I don't think
Beat Cincinnati twice. I think this will be the one year everybody splits everybody, and it's going to be even playing ground.
So 11-6 wins it.
It's ultimately now the
Hmm.
Pittsburgh has lost a lot of defense. They're not going to have the season date that they've typically had. What's really going to help Cincinnati is their strength of schedule. compared to Cleveland, compared to Baltimore, compared to Pittsburgh, their strength of schedule is cake. The Big Ten has a tougher schedule than Cincinnati coming into the 2024 season. It's going to be that bad. The number one thing in the 2024 season for the AFC North, it's going to come down to quarterback play.
Yep.
Like you guys were saying, with Lamar, as he's in that division, win it, that could potentially be the case. I don't think it'll be the case this year, but it ultimately comes down to which of the 4 starting quarterbacks will play the best. That's your number one factor.
You know what I think is going to happen? You want to hear it? This is how I think the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. I know you guys are. No. For real. Hear me out, bro. Okay. So they just make the playoffs. And then that first round, they win. Okay. Then they get to the second game in the playoffs. Okay, you ready? Hear me out. They win that game. Okay? And then they get to the AFC Championship. And they just score more points than the other team.
Oh,
Boom.
my God.
And then in the Super Bowl, they
Who do
score
they
more
beat
points
in the Super
again.
Bowl?
That's how you win. You score more
We
points.
got John Madden explaining the game of football right now.
Yeah.
No, for real though.
You see
I
the
think-
goal line and you hit it. Boom.
No, yeah.
Boom.
So, but here, I think the tone's going to be set week 1 for the year. I think that I'll just talk about the Cowboys coming into town. You know,
Cowgirls.
yeah. I mean, they've been. You know, Michael Parsons has been talking that smack against Cleveland. David Njoku's not gonna. He's not gonna be
Dude.
easy on him.
Micah Parsons talks so much shit, even his own teammates are giving him shit for it.
Yeah, but
He
see,
does.
the Browns. If you've noticed anything about Kevin Stefanski, anytime somebody disrespects Cleveland, they come out on a different level
They do.
and just absolutely
Ain't wrong.
Does
just.
anybody remember the Bengals game last year to open the season?
Do you remember the playoff game versus Pittsburgh? Cleveland is
dude.
Cleveland.
Listen. When it comes to bulletin board material, Kevin Stefanski is the best at getting these guys to be up. Like they do it somehow. But
Mhm.
you know, I don't think that our first 4 weeks are going to dictate how we're going to be
No.
in December. I think this team is.
So they can go 0-4, and you think there's no relevance at all?
I don't.
question,
I don't-
Dave.
I mean,
Well, that's it.
maybe.
Dude,
but I'm
0-4,
saying,
you
if
hit the
lose,
panic button.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you lose to the Cowboys week 1, are we all panicking?
No.
If it's close, no. If they get blown out at home, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think week 1 for me is all going to be about watching one player, and his name's Deshaun Watson. That's it. That's it. And listen, I've been a Deshaun hater, Deshaun, apologist. I've been everything under the sun. But after last season, we saw flashes of it, but the guy couldn't stay healthy. This season, if he wants that, he already has the money, but if he wants to guarantee all that respect from Cleveland and, all of that love and shit like that he wants, he better show up and be that guy again.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if he comes out flat,
Yeah,
week
let's
1
say he
and
comes
loses-
out, throws 3 picks, and we get blown out by 21 at home, Zach. What do you feel then?
dude, I'm gonna be pissed. It's
Yeah. I'm going to
because
go
I'm not-
jump
I'm
into
not-
traffic, dude, if that
I'm
happens.
not giving up on the dude, but I'm saying I'm pissed.
Yeah.
But I
That's
mean,
what we're saying is that the
people
first game
forget.
actually has
Yeah, that
meaning.
matters. That matters.
it matters, but it doesn't. I mean, say you lose 21-7 or 24-17,
I'm okay. I'm
And-
okay.
and
As long as we
Deshaun-
don't
and
lose by
Deshaun
3
throws two-
touchdowns.
and Deshaun throws a touchdown and an interception.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay, so
calm
that's-
and okay.
Because what's more, in my
Bro, what?
What in the hell?
but what's more likely is essentially what I'm saying. Are we going to get blown out on our home field with the team that's been put together that as of now?
The Titans
Well,
did
we're
it to
gonna-
us a couple years
Titans
ago.
did it.
I know, but that was
I,
pretty.
I want to get Dave. Dave. I want to hear what your prediction is for the AFC North. Then I want to get to Gavin because he infiltrated our podcast. And then, but first, I want to talk to KFC Batman. What is going on? What is going on? KFC Batman.
I'm Batman.
Super bad.
Okay, that.
Infiltrated. How dare you?
Gavin, I'll get to you in a minute, Gavin.
Browns are going to the Super Bowl.
Dave, what's your thanks, Bruce Wayne. Dave, what is your prediction for the AFC North? Or very, very early prediction, and then we'll get to Gavin.
It's going to be a slugfest. And I agree with what Jake said exactly. I don't think now to sweep any of the three teams would be great. To sweep any of them would be great. I don't think we're going to have to do it to win the division. But I think it's going to be a slugfest. I think just like last year, midway through the season, everybody's going to be pointing to the AFC North as the toughest division in the NFL.
Yep.
And it's going to be just a brutal bloodbath to the finish. And it's going to be whatever quarterback plays the best out of Russ or Justin Fields,
Right.
Burrow, Watson, or Lamar. Whichever quarterback plays the best of those five is going to come out on top. So I agree with, I think you said it, Jake.
Yep. AFC North will be the only division where everybody splits everybody. I think that'll be the year. This will be the year that happens. Everybody will win one game against each other, and division record will be almost meaningless. It'll even the playing field out.
Yep. I will tell you the one differentiator with the Bengals is definitely the defense. The Ravens have a great defense. The Browns have a great defense. And we sure as hell know the Pittsburgh Steelers have a great defense.
Yeah.
The Bengals do not have a great defense. Now, they did allow over 27 points 3 times last year.
After what Blake said, though, because I forgot about the whole Ravens, like they lost
Geno
a
Stone.
lot of guys that were key, like depth and or consistently great, pieces.
I agree.
To other
but they've
teams.
been losing players forever, like Ray Lewis, and everybody been retiring and losing and leaving.
It's
and
true. It's
somehow
true.
that
Ray
defense
Lewis,
remains
Haloti Ngata,
good.
Terrell Suggs,
You're right.
Ed Reed. They're perfectly fine. I need to see it to believe it, man. I need to see it. The Ravens and the Steelers. I need to see it to believe it. Gavin, welcome to Down with the Browns. Fan favorite on Twitter. The boy Gavin, Himothy.
My favorite of Manny's for sure.
Favorite of mine, Gavin.
Yeah, we should just get married.
Yeah, we should, Gavin. But first, before we do, I want you to say something. I want you to come off mute. I want you to say something, right? I just want to ask you one question. It's a sports trivia question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the 2024 NBA champions? Can you tell me who that was?
God.
Who won the NBA Finals in 2024? Can you tell me that? You have 5 seconds.
The Boston Yuckets.
Close enough for me, Gavin. Welcome to the show. What would you like to say?
I think this is this even this will be awesome. Fuck the Celtics.
Gavin, this is a
What? What just happened, bro?
Gavin, this is a
5 seconds of
Gavin,
fame
this
right
is a
there. 5
family.
seconds.
Gavin, this is a church service. What are you doing, bro?
This is
Gavin sat down in the front pew, looked at the priest, looked at the pastor.
We gotta baptize this man again.
We gotta baptize this man.
Cavs are gonna be fine. Tyson is gonna be awesome. He's gonna be a good sixth man, and our offense is gonna be great. Our defense is gonna be great.
Mike Tyson.
We don't care that the Boston Celtics are the champions. And they're not going to be back-to-back champions. And it has been a back-to-back champion for the last 5 years. So, the likelihood of that happening is like Joe Biden being the president. So,
Bro, you don't.
Oh, you brought politics.
He brought politics down. Let me tell you something, Gavin.
As president of the United
Jason Tatum is a Kobe Bryant disciple, Gavin.
Oh,
You
God.
understand?
Here we go again.
Jason Tatum is a stone cold killer.
Oh yeah, just like
He is a
Ronnie
killer.
James.
Let's be real.
Let me tell you something right now.
Jason Tatum I get it. Okay, great basketball player. Would
cold
love to have
killer.
him on the Cavs. No disrespect to you, Jason Tatum. But let's be real. The real superstar of that team, the one that has the Mamba mentality, is Jaylen Brown. Okay?
Yeah, it actually
that is the leader.
Listen.
That is the man.
Keep
Let's
keep
be
giving
real.
me compliments.
who won-
you
who
know
won
you want to know
MVP?
something?
Who
When
won
they needed a
MVP?
bucket, Tatum had the ball. That's all
raise
I
your
know.
hand and to say who won MVP. Oh, it was Jaylen Brown.
Listen. Yes.
Who
Don't try to
actually got
split
the
up. Don't try to
money
split up our
first?
team, Gavin.
Who got his money first?
Don't try to
Was it
split up our
Jaylen
team.
Brown
Listen,
or Jason Tatum?
Donovan Mitchell would not
Was
be
it
the
Jaylen
fourth
Brown
best
or
player
Jason
on our
Tatum?
starting five.
Oh, it was
Okay,
Jaylen Brown.
so you want to go into your nasty little what's the name of your what's the name of your nasty little arena? What the heck's the name of your arena?
Well, actually, it's a rock.
Quick and dirty, quick and L's.
Fieldhouse.
Rocket Mortgage. Listen, look.
Which you don't even want.
Is that what it's called?
Did you even win it in the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in the regular season? No. I didn't think
Are
so.
you talking regular season to a champion, Gavin? You little nasty on national
a
television.
champion-
You're gonna say
champion,
that?
luxury-
Did you just utter the words regular season to me,
champion?
Gavin?
A champion doesn't beat
Blake,
old
Blake,
Bro,
make
Blake
my
looks
mouth
like
a
a
little bit
locked
bigger because I
character.
got something to say. This
Blake
is so
doesn't-
nasty, Gavin.
A champion actually wins against.
You turned your
fully
camera
healthy
on and just said the regular season to me,
A
Gavin.
champion actually wins against fully healthy teams.
Oh.
Limbs, flat limbs.
Listen, as long as you guys don't have LeSavior coming out, that's all I care about, all right? But he's too busy babysitting his son in L.A. He's not coming back to Cleveland.
Oh, so now you're gonna be now you're gonna be reading another 10.
Last thing you're going to say about the Cavs.
Last thing we'll say about basketball and the Cavs.
Okay.
Until the Cavs can get
Browns?
back past the first round,
We
They
actually
did
did
this year.
last
cannot
year.
talk. We cannot.
Thank you,
Whatever.
Zach.
This year-
Zach. We got
Live
past-
from Ohio,
Zach, we
Zach
got
just
past
spilling the
second round last
truth.
year.
Hold on. Let me finish.
How many outfit changes did you have today, KFC?
13, I've been counting.
Let me finish.
It's probably
We have
the
how
same
many
amount of wins the
times-
Cavs are going to have next season.
How many times did the Cavs get to the playoffs from 2009 to 2010, or 2003 to 2010?
How many times the Cavs been in the playoffs?
Once.
All of them. All of them.
No,
I think like what?
all of them
twice?
but one. The LeBron's inaugural season, right? Okay, and every single one of those playoffs, how many times did we get bounced in the first round?
None.
None.
Once. Then LeBron leaves. How many times did we get to the playoffs without LeBron?
LeSavior
Zero.
once.
LeBron comes back. How many times did we lose in the first round?
No times.
How many times did we lose in the second round?
No times.
How many times did we lose in the third round?
None.
That's my point. That's winning basketball. And until you get back to that, I can't watch a single game. It's simple as that.
The
Zach,
Miami Heat.
Didn't you
to
just
the
tell
Bronx
us that you don't
jersey.
watch
It's insane.
basketball? What a bunch of horse
I
crap.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't watch it. I can't
Get ready
watch
for
it.
this
because
next
You know
one.
more than I do.
KFC's gonna change it to
I know
something.
the game. I just don't watch
Last
Cavs
one.
basketball.
Listen, we're gonna wait till KFC gets back. Gavin, in all seriousness, thank you so much for
Thanks,
joining the
Gavin.
show. Gavin,
thank
you're
you,
great
thank
on Twitter. People follow Gavin Ellis on Twitter at Gavin Ellis. He's hilarious on there. He's a big Cavs fan, diehard, and even when they're losing, he's still gonna be a fan. So that's greatly appreciated. Respect to that. Really quickly, I do want to get a quick poll of how many yards. Do you think over or under 800 yards for Nick Chubb? Will you smash the over button on that, or are you hitting the under button on 800 yards? And this is also taking into consideration that he might play week like 4 or 5.
Over.
So over, you're smashing the over, even though he comes back week like 6.
If he comes back
Dude.
week 7, I'm taking the over.
Jake, what do you think?
Oh,
He
yeah,
comes back week
I'm gonna-
16. I'm taking the over.
I'm taking
See,
over.
This is
Smoking that.
cut him off. Too many puffs. Too many puffs. Too many puffs.
That's it. Where's my boy?
That's
at?
funny.
Jake, over under 800.
If he comes back week 4 or 5, it's a definite over 800. If it's week 7, I think he's going to be right on the cusp of it.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be right there, maybe barely over 800. Maybe if he starts week 7, that's his first game. When he gets to week 18, he may surpass 800 in that game. depending on if we play starters.
I like that synopsis. Gavin, and then we'll go Gavin, Blake, and then we'll go KFC. Gavin, what do you think? Over, under 800 yards?
I believe it's totally over 800 yards. Or I saw on the Cleveland even.com on the TV show. Ryan Clark saying that he's building that muscle, and that if he keeps building that muscle the way that he is in the weight room, I think he's gonna play maybe even week 2 or week 3. Yeah, I think he could go and play as himself and even have 1,200 yards.
I like that. KFC, you have tons of time to put a T-shirt on underneath that blazer, but we'll go to Blake. T-shirt on.
I just think the Browns are going to play it safe and bring him in halfway through the season. So I think he's going to be under.
Under.
Yeah.
The one
like
thing I
that.
will throw in, just to
Dang it,
interject,
Blake.
and I think this is a point that we have to consider. I totally understand where everyone's coming from about playing it safe, but remember, he got injured. What was it? Week 3.
Yeah, 2.
Week 2. So this guy has not, and he had surgery the next week. So it's not a, end of the season, might not be ready type
Nope,
thing.
he's had a lot of time.
He's had a lot of time to
A lot of
recover from
stuff in
it.
there.
So by the time he's there, we could be looking at the Giants at home. That's a very big possibility in week 3.
Week 3, I was going to say that week 3.
Throwing that out
It's just there was a lot of stuff in there he messed up.
Yeah, he did mess up a lot. You got to remember that. That wasn't
That's
just
that's what scares me because I would just be safe, more safe than sorry.
Yeah.
And even the Cleveland Dodgers, and he's lucky to even be still playing football with how his injury even went down.
Yep.
So
KFC, talk to me nice. What do you got for me?
Okay, this is politic Christian. Got the tie, got the blazer. I'm here
Where's the shirt?
politicking, huh?
This looks like church in Kentucky.
It is. I
Where's
got the burgundy
Blake, where's his
tie on.
undershirt, Blake?
The undershirt is left. I got the chain.
Colonel
on, got the
Sanders'
Jesus piece.
brother.
The Jesus piece.
This tie is so tight.
what do you
like,
draw?
I'm-
What do you
can't
like?
really talk.
Screw from The Office?
One wrong move, my boobies are gonna be out. I'm just trying to bring up the sex
Bro,
pill.
what kind of show is this tonight? That's great.
I'm trying to get the sex pill up.
Kids are big.
Pop those
know-
pets, would you? Jeez.
I can't really do an Italian accent, or I'd do one. Let me loosen that up. Okay, that's a lot better. What were we
like John
talking
Green.
about?
We're just talking about over under 800
Over.
yards. Okay.
Over
Dave?
every time, don't matter what it is, always over.
Dave, finish it off. Over under.
Over 10 games, Denzel Ward misses it. Let me stop.
Yeah.
All right, so before KFC boots me, I just wanted to say, great show tonight, boys. Welcome back, season 4, down with the Browns. This was a great show tonight. We're definitely getting warmed up, definitely getting kicked off. 4's up. Deshaun Watson coming out party. This is going to be sick this season. So a lot of haters are going to be put to rest, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, remember, Adrian Peterson got injured in December, came back and ran for 2,000 yards. Chubb was injured in September.
Mhm.
So 2 to 3 months earlier than Adrian Peterson, and we all know that Chubb's work ethic is right on par with Peterson. So
Yep.
that's what I'll close with.
And remember, he's also the only running back in NFL history prior to his injury to average 5 yards per
For his career.
in
That's
his
true.
career.
That's true.
Yeah, in his career, which most people don't get to 5 in one season.
Listen, I better not see Nick Chubb go for 2,000 yards. I need to see Deshaun Watson throw the football.
I
bro.
just threw it
I
out
better
there.
not say.
I
I
just
better
threw it
not
out
see him run it up.
Better-
It's
better
time
yet,
for 4. I'm putting my 4s up, man. This
No,
is
better yet. What if he's 2,000 all-purpose yards? Starts to catch the ball.
stop. See, all right. all right.
What if Amari Cooper goes for 10?
I'm not sending Nick Chubb out in the flat, bro.
Yo,
What
imagine.
if David Njoku goes out for
What if the
2,000
Browns?
yards?
What if the Browns signed?
My boy Gavin said David and Juke.
What if the Browns signed?
Juking out people.
Hear me out, boys. Michael B. Jordan
What?
Okay.
Creed?
Michael B. Jordan.
Bro, this is insane. Bro.
He's got that dog.
We got. This is what happens.
We
This is what
gotta end
happens.
this episode, bro.
We gotta end this episode. We're at an hour 20. That's what happens. We get over an hour 20.
When's the next episode?
Go Browns.
Go
When's the next
Browns.
episode?
Good job, boys.
Probably in another 3 months. That's probably when the next one's gonna be.
All right,
We'll
sweet.
see after.
All right.
boys.
Thank you guys
There's
for
a 50%
tuning in.
chance that's true.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Go follow us on all our social media platforms. Down with the Browns is pretty
Except
much
for
all
mine.
of them. Go find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. In case you missed us and want to listen to some of our old takes, I mean, there's probably some bad ones, some good ones. But yeah.
There's
as always.
bad ones when man is talking about the Celtics.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's
And
go.
as
Off my
always,
show. Get
go
him off my
Browns.
show, please.
Go
Go
Browns.
Browns. Go Browns.